Hi, I'm Karen. This video is about how to use TESA to forfeit certificates. So what happens if, as an ACP, I want to forfeit certificates, for example, as a result of an audit? In the next few minutes, I will impersonate an ACP. I will raise a forfeit case in TESA, then go back to view my case after the case is submitted. Once the case has been approved by IPART, I will be able to view the changes in the My Certificates widget, as well as in the Public Certificate Registry. I've logged in as an ACP and I've arrived on the landing page. Let's raise a case to forfeit certificates. My organization name, organization ID, and my name have been filled in automatically. The mandatory fields are indicated here in red or with the red asterisks. First, let's select the certificate type. I now see a table showing my certificates by vintage for those that do not have a set-aside hold and those that do. To select a quantity to forfeit, I click on the Edit Row pencil and a pop-up appears. Type in the quantity to forfeit and click Save. If I need to change the quantity or delete the quantity, I go back into Edit Row and then I can type in the correct quantity and click Save, or I can type in 0 and click Save to delete. I can select multiple vintages to forfeit. You will notice that my totals have been calculated automatically. Next, select the accreditation the forfeit relates to. Select the forfeit type and type in a description for the reason for forfeit. I can attach supporting documents by clicking on the Add Attachments button. Browse and select your file. I can select multiple files by holding down the Shift key and click Open. I now need to click the Documents to Submission checkbox to move the documents to this table. To delete an attachment, I can click on the Delete button, click OK to confirm, and then click on the Commit Documents again to clear the entry. I can then add any more attachments I want by clicking on the Add Attachments button again. By default, the document type is Supporting Document, but I can always go back to the Edit row and select a different document type if applicable. I can type in a document note if I wish and click Save. Now that my mandatory fields have been completed and I've attached my documents, I can submit my case. But hang on. Before I do this, let's take a look at my existing certificate batches. For this example, I'm going to right-click on Certificate Type and Show Matching. I will also do this on the vintage and sort by the largest quantity first. Because the quantity in my certificate batch does not always match the quantity I want to forfeit, this means a batch will be created and split from this original batch. Let's go back to the case and submit. After the case is submitted, a case number is generated and the state of the case is open. I can see a snapshot of the variables I selected, and if I scroll down, I can see related tables and lists, including if there's an RFI attached to this case. There currently are none since this is a brand new case. I can also see the certificate batches on process hold, including any new batches just split and created. These certificate batches cannot be used for another case until the case is completed or rejected. So what happens next? The case is now awaiting IPART review. If I go back to my certificates, I can see a batch created, but the status is still active. If IPART need more information, you will receive an email notification that looks something like this. The state of the case will now be awaiting RFI response. If I go back to the landing page and scroll down to the right, I will see my organization's RFIs. I can click on the case number to view the case details, or click on the RFI number to view the RFI. Please also see the RFI video for more detailed instructions on how to respond to this RFI. At any point in time, members of my organization who have a TESA login can go back into My Cases to view that case. I can then go to Certificate Forfeit category, and then I can type in, for example, a case number until I find my case. Once the case has been assessed and approved by IPART, the case state becomes complete. Members of my organization will receive an email notification of IPART's decision. I can always go back to the case and view any relevant documentation provided by IPART or attached to this case. To download an attachment, I click on the link, and depending on my browser, I should see a pop-up appear, which I can then click on to save or view the attachment. Let's go back to my certificates and find that batch for 300. If I open up the batch details, I will see that the status of the batch is now cancelled and the relevant disposal in the batch history. The changes will also be in the published registry of certificates. How about scenario 2? What if my case is rejected? If the case is rejected, the state is rejected, and my certificate batch status stays active but taken off process hold, so it's been used for another case. Let's recap. In TESA, I raised a case to forfeit certificates. I reviewed my case after case submission, and after the case was approved, I was then able to view the changes in the My Certificates widget, as well as in the public certificate registry.